Pastor Jeff Freeman, come on up here if you would. Yeah, to make Pastor Jeff feel great. All the way from Joplin, Missouri. Come on up here, friend. I just was with you a few weeks ago. Pastor, Bishop, you've been there. Pastor Marty, you've been there yet? Oh, you got to go. Not yet. You got to make sure it gets done tonight.
Okay.
And what happened the first time you came to the North Georgia Revival? When was it?
It was February 3rd of 2019. We had found it on Facebook, and nobody in our area knew about it, but we just started seeing what was happening in the water. That was late 2018. So we drove down from Missouri, and we come on a Saturday night, and my life was changed in this prayer meeting. We walked in the door, and we felt the presence of the Lord like we'd never felt. And we held hands with my wife, and all I could think is this is what, like Adam and Eve walking in the garden with God. We walked up, and she sat in the back and wept, and I laid myself on the altar and just thanked the Lord. And he says, Jeff, they invited me here. And I said, that's wonderful, Lord. And he spoke that to my heart, my spirit, all weekend long. And that literally changed my life. And we had a wonderful encounter in the water, but it was in the prayer meeting that changed everything.
Changed everything.
It changed everything.
You weren't a pastor? You weren't?
No.
And now you are.
Now we are. Yeah.
When did you plant that church in Joplin?
It was August of 22. We actually started in February of 22 having prayer meetings in our home. The Lord spoke to my wife and said, "You're gonna pray in your home." And so we bought a hot tub and poured a concrete pad in our backyard. We didn't know what we was doing, and we just invite people for prayer, and then we'd baptize people in the backyard. It was crazy.
Yeah. You've seen some miracles up there in Joplin, haven't you, at the altar church? Share one.
Well, when you was here on Thursday, we actually had a lady get delivered on Thursday night, and she went home and told her sister. And so her sister come and brought, her sister was a caretaker. Her name was Becca. And then she brought Dawn with her, and Dawn was disabled. She couldn't walk. The guys had her wheelchair wouldn't fit through the door, so they had to pick her up and hold her while they took the wheelchair in, and she sat back down. We had to set her over the side of the pool, and we didn't know this, so she comes up out of the water. She could see. She had bad vision. She goes, "I can hear you. I couldn't hear you before." And so she had this beautiful encounter with the Lord. And so I rolled the wheelchair back up there as we're going to set her back out. And she goes, "I don't want that. I'm walking out of this place."
Is that her right there? Huh?
That's her. She couldn't do that before. There's guys here that they had to help her in the door. Stand her up while they...
Who? What, those three guys?
Rick and Xavier.
Come here, Rick and Xavier. Come here, right here, because I was there and I watched you guys, and tell me what it was like. Were you baptizing her in the water?
Yeah, we all were.
Huh?
We all were in there. You can feel the presence. Oof.
Speechless. Come on up here, Pastor. So, it just happened. Didn't they have to lift her over the side of the pool?
They lifted her over the side of the pool.
Got her out of her wheelchair?
Yes, got her out of the wheelchair.
and lifted her into the water. Her eyes, her ears, and walked out of the place. So you saw her in the wheelchair.
She couldn't
Do what?
get her in the front door.
Do what?
We could not get her through the front door. She pulled up. We were outside. She got in the wheelchair to get to the door. We had to pick her up, get the chair, get her in. She had to sit back down. She was in a wheelchair everywhere until Jesus.
Do what?
So when I walked in the foyer, when they rolled her in, and she says, I'm here for my healing.
That's faith right there. I'm here. I'm not leaving without my healing. But she came because somebody else invited her.
She heard. Like I said, the sister of the caretaker got delivered, so she went and told her sister, and her sister's eardrums, she was had holes in her eardrums, and she said the second immersion, her ears popped, and all the pressure was released, and she got her hearing back.
Right there in Joplin at Altar Church. Not this lady, but the lady that invited her. Her care worker. Caretaker came and got healed.
Yeah.
And then invited the person that she was taking care of.
Yeah.
She's working herself out of a job. Come on up, Pastor. Tell me one more thing. One more miracle.
About a year and a half ago, we had a guy come in. He was tormented, and his name was Josh, and we put him, 33 years old, we put him in the water. And Pastor Marty, you could actually hear, so we live streamed the North Georgia Revival on Sunday nights when we immersed. So you could hear Marty in the background talking about breaking the generational curses, and that's what he was in the water, said he'd been tormented. And so when he comes up out of the water, he just begins to cry. So I'm thinking, he's just having this encounter with the Lord, so we just stand back, didn't say a word. My wife, I'm on the outside of the pool, my wife's next to me, and he, after about 3 or 4 minutes, he says, I can see. I said, what? He said, I can see your wife's shirt. I said, and his mom's standing behind me, and she's recording. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I was born blind in my left eye. So I turned around to his mom. I'm like, is he serious? Because he said no word about that. And she goes, he was born, and his eye wasn't fully developed in the back. And 10 years before, he had an eye doctor tell him that there was no surgery that could fix it, and not even God could heal it. That's what he said. The eye doctor told him.
The eye doctor actually said
that God, not even God could heal that. So he says, he goes, I can see, my wife had a shirt on that had yellow flowers. He goes, I can see the yellow. So we put him under again, and he comes up and he goes, I can see my shoulder. I can see my hand. So he gets out of the water, he goes outside, and he's calling everybody he knows, telling them what the Lord just did. So the next Monday, he went and got his driver's license. Hey! Are you serious? Got a job.
do what?
He went and got his driver's license and got a job. So, and still can see to this day.
Can we just sing King of Glory one more time? Come here, Joni. I don't know where my band went. Y'all just start singing it. Praise God, Lord.
I just want to be with you. I just want to be with you.
Come on, let's sing it.